Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Special Slockler, and today we will be conducting a PowerPoint present. I will be conducting a PowerPoint presentation on leadership. The risk assessment is very low for this, and I have placed slides on everybody's desk for them to look through as we go through the slides up here. So, with that being said, we'll get started. Leadership is the art of getting someone to do something you want them to do because they want to do it. Leadership is influencing, giving direction, giving purpose, and motivating soldiers to accomplish the mission and improving the overall organization. Some factors of leadership: different people require different soldiers require different types of leadership. What one style of leadership might be different for another soldier when you're approaching them or trying to get them to come together and achieve the mission's goal. And this comes with knowing your team. If you know your team well, then you know what type of leadership style to address them with, or what type of leadership style a soldier likes and what a soldier don't like. All situations in the military are different, and when attacking a situation, you might have to use a different, just like with different soldiers, a different leadership style. Attacking situations might lead to different leadership styles. So, leading is not just getting from point A to point B. Leading is getting from point A to point B while developing your soldiers along the way. And self-awareness is fundamental to understanding your abilities. Leaders should know their strengths and their weaknesses, know what they know and what they don't know. And once you know your strengths and your weaknesses, and you're attacking a situation that you know is one of your weaknesses, you can reach out to your peers and ask for guidance. And that doesn't show weakness. It shows that you know your weaknesses and you're reaching out to them for help and guidance. So once the situation arises again, you could have that advice ahead of time on how to deal with that situation. And this principles of leadership, this goes back to knowing yourself and self-improvement. In order to know yourself, you have to know the Army leadership model, the be, no, do. Be, your character, the Army values. Follow your Army values. Be a representative of your Army values. Know your intellect, your experience. And do, leads, develop, and achieves the mission's goal. Be technically proficient at what you do. Know your job. If you don't know your job, how could you lead other soldiers to doing that job? Take responsibilities for your actions. If a situation arises and something goes wrong, be responsible. Don't put the blame on somebody else. Take responsibility, man up for that action, and be an overall good leader, a good role model to your soldiers. And once your soldiers see that you're an example, they'll follow you. They'll trust you more. My old sergeant major used to say, let your audio match your video. Anything that you would ask somebody else to do, make sure that you can do the same. Some leadership styles we'll go over today. The first one is democratic leadership styles. And this type of leadership style is working together as a team, where a leader comes to his peers or his subordinates and asks for advice, or how do they think that they can reach the goal together and make the process more easier. And this type of leadership doesn't show weakness. It actually helps strengthen your team with trust, the morale, and everything. If me as a leader go to my soldiers and ask them for help on, or how they think that we can accomplish this goal, that will build trust and boost morale. Delegative leadership style. This type of leadership style is when a leader puts it off on the soldiers, or it says, you do this while I go handle this. And that's delegative leadership style. And the leader let the soldiers make the decision on how to accomplish the mission. And at the end of the day, after that decision is made and they're reaching that goal, that leader is still responsible for the decisions made to reach that goal. If something goes wrong, then that leader is in charge or at fault for the decision that was made. And that leader should own up to it. And the next leadership is transformational leadership. This is what soldiers work together as a team to identify needed change within the organization or within their squad or their team. This style motivates and inspires with intellect. They are a model of integrity, fairness, they set goals, and they have high expectations. Servant leadership. All service members' dedication to service is an example of servant leadership. They set the needs of their own and put the nations and the armies and their commanders' needs above their own. So the mission is always first. Your soldiers is always first in this type of leadership before your own needs. Effective military leaders. Effective military leaders have all characteristics of all leaderships into one. Selfless service is a big thing with effective leaders, and that is because they put the needs of their soldiers and the needs of their units, the nation, and the army as a whole above their own. And some examples are they are dependable, their integrity is good, they work together as a team, and the ability to understand one another is a good aspect of an effective leader. As NCOs are the backbone of the Army and are responsible for maintaining the Army standards and discipline. As an NCO, you are in charge of setting standards, upholding standards, and being an example of the standard. NCOs are critical to educating, developing individuals, and accountable of the care of their soldiers and setting examples for them. And this goes back to what I said earlier, to where my old sergeant major said that your audio have to match your video. If you know you can't do something, or it's something that you wouldn't do, don't be an example. Don't send your soldiers to do it. If you're gonna send your soldiers to do something, be able to do that with them. Be able to tackle that same situation that you're asking your soldiers to do. And that's the end of the slides. Is there any questions? If there's not any questions, then that would be the end. Thank you.